Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're having a good weekend so far. It is Saturday the 18th of May and we are here and back with a new review. There it is. I don't know if you can see it properly, yeah, without the light blinding. But there it is, the next chapter of Argo, chapter 47 overall. You can see the cover looks amazing. Look at the costume from Cat Staggs that she designed for Kara. How awesome is that? Looks fantastic, doesn't it? And it's got the hallmarkings of the new 52 version as well, but just looks more regal and, you know, a lot more majestic in a sense, and it looks quite formal as well, to be perfectly honest, which is brilliant. So so this is part 4 of 9. Kara is obviously, you saw at the end of the last chapter 3 weeks ago. Kara was saved by Superman, and here he's seen they're near the sun, they're above Earth, and you know, she's apologising. Well, Superman's apologising, but she's saying he's got nothing to apologise for. But then he realises, you know, this was when he noticed that he had no idea that his Legion ring was missing. But then that's when Kara then eventually confesses that she was told by, well, not told, but ordered by Jor-El to leave, you know, this timeline, so that, you know, Kal-El could, you know, assume his destiny, kind of thing. So she didn't even get the chance to say goodbye to him properly, you know, and this shocks Clark in a way. You know, he had no idea that Jor-El, you know, would do something like that, but then given their past experiences, he's not too surprised about it. But she arrived to the future. Brainiac 5 welcomed her into the Legion, and you know, she got to the point of where, when she found out that you know, that this Argo colony was discovered, that she then found her place in the world. You know, she has been looking to find her feet and, you know, find herself and kind of things, and I think that's been the story about Kara overall since she's existed in DC. Is that she's, you know, she's a teenager. She lived on Krypton for most of her life. Kal-El was born on Krypton but raised on Earth. So to Kara, coming to Earth, everyone is an alien to them. To her, everyone is an alien to her as far as she's concerned. You know, she can't understand why Clark feels so close to the humans than he would towards her, kind of thing. But you have to understand that she's come from another planet. She's grown up already. She's got all these experiences from Krypton. So adapting to a new culture like Earth is going to be very difficult for her, and which is why it's a good thing that someone like Clark is around to, you know, help her find her feet. So obviously, we remember from the show, it wasn't that easy for the pair of them. So anyway, there was going to be a diplomatic mission launched to for the Argo colony, and then apparently some EarthGov sabotaged it, and I think we know who that was, a certain Kurt Niedrig, who is Earthman. Then that's when the war started, and Kara eventually reveals that she wasn't a prisoner on Earth. She wasn't a prisoner, she was actually a spy. Dearie me, that's asking for it, wasn't it? I'm guessing to try and weaken their defences and find their weak spot and find out what EarthGov was up to and such things like that. But on New Krypton itself, it's actually titled the World Ship New Krypton, by the way. Very, very majestic, I say. On New Krypton, fully flourished. You can see all the Kryptonians and the Kandorians all flying around and enjoying themselves, and the Argo colony was discovered, all that sort of stuff. So you've got Imra and Rock, Cosmic Boy and Saturn Girl, looking for you know, the spies of EarthGov to dismantle bombs. Apparently they've placed bombs in certain areas around the city, so they're going to try and stop them. They eventually do capture 2 of them, and then something interesting happens. The new Kryptonian Council decide to intervene, and an interesting name was mentioned here, and it says it's mentioned, you know, one of the councillors, his first name or his title is Eradicator. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Okay, Eradicator. I could get used to that. And his face is slightly scarred as well. So Something definitely happened to him. And I love their costumes. Honestly, their costumes just look so amazing. And it's kind of reminiscent to, if you've read the Superman Beyond digital comics, and if you do collect like the print issues, which includes Superman Beyond, Batman Beyond, and Justice League Unlimited, or Justice League Beyond as well, it does have, you'll see Superman's costume of Superman Beyond looks really similar in these comics as well. So I think Brian's obviously paid some attention to the future of Superman's costume, and has sort of like incorporated it into here. And well, not just Brian, but I think Kat Staggs in particular, and obviously Daniel HDR as well, who does all the interior work for Argo so far. I would imagine that, you know, they've all looked at it and thought, you know what, we can use that. We can definitely change it up a bit, make it more, you know, regal in certain sense, and it does look amazing. It really does look fantastic. In fact, I'm just going to have to show you. Look at that. Can you see it? There it is, right there. It does look fantastic though. But I like the way that it looks. And so anyway, so Rock and Imra are trying to explain why they're on New Krypton, but they don't believe them. So they're going to sort of like put them to trial. They even say to the rings, so we know what that means. You know the rings that they put suspects when they're going to, you know, put them on trial and such things like that. And then in comes Superman with Kara, and suddenly everyone's like, oh my god, wow, Clark, Kal-El, and this, that and the other. And, you know, even the Eradicator, I'm trying to pronounce his name, Beosk, it turns around and says, the last son of ancient Krypton. Check it out, people. That's just something, that is. But I just quickly again got to mention Kara's costume. I really do like it. I absolutely love it. It's, as I say, it does have the makings and the hallmarkings of the New 52 version, but it's like she's fully clothed from head to toe. The boots do look similar to that of the New 52. So does the S shield as well. But it just looks so much more. It's like she's like a member of the royal family. It really does look fantastic. It really is. So I've got to give Kat Staggs epic credit for that one. It's amazing. I love the costume. I really do. I think it's amazing. So who knows? You know, why didn't they use that for the New 52 version of Supergirl? Who? Well, we never know. But how it ends is amazing. If you remember in season 9 of Smallville, and the episode, was it Kandor? I think it was Kandor. After Jor-El had been tortured and then eventually died, Clark goes to see Zod and his minions, and what does Zod turn around and say to his minions? Kneel before Kal-El. Oh dear. Although that's not what is said in here, it's something similar, but they do say kneel before whatever it is they actually say. I can't even tell. It's wow. It's just too. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So that's where it ends. And Clark is just shocked. He's just like, whoa, what? No, wait. This isn't why I'm here, kind of thing. So please don't do this sort of. You know, don't see me as some sort of messiah sort of fella, because that's not me at all. But again, excellent story. Well written, and as I say, the artwork does look amazing. I love Kara's new costume. Can't wait for next week's chapter, so we'll see how it all goes then. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.